Thank you. Hello, U-Star Riot. As Peter mentioned, I'm Eugene Seagriff, and I'm very excited to be here with you today. Before I start, I just want to mention I'll provide a link later so you can download the slides and get my contact information, stay in touch, so you don't have to be taking too many notes, you can stay engaged now. And before I get started, I would like to thank Donna and Peter and everybody at U-Star for putting on this event, and all the great sponsors, and especially thank you guys for coming. It's all about bringing the entrepreneur community together here in Utah, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So before I came out here, I was telling some non-tech friends that I was going to be speaking at a Riot event. And I could tell from the looks on their faces, they were thinking something like this. They were thinking something like, sorry, something like that. And I was like, no, it's not this at all. It's much more like this. It's robotics. It's the Internet of Things, right? It's device connectivity. It's device discovery. It's about the new economy, right? And this entrepreneur economy. So, in my opinion, this is the best time in history to be an entrepreneur. And it's never been more important. So, a quick show of hands if you're all in as an entrepreneur. All right, great. And that's important because as we go forward, there's going to be fewer and fewer employee-type engagements. Okay, here's what's going on. The large, vertically integrated companies are being disrupted. Okay, the new companies, they're a lot leaner and they're highly automated. They also leverage contract labor and outsourcing aggressively. Okay? Now that's bad news if you're an employee, but it's great news if you're an entrepreneur. And in fact, I think this is the best time in history to be an entrepreneur. That's kind of what I look like when I wake up in the morning. It's okay. I thought this was funny. So the reasons it's great is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel anymore. Okay? And the tools available are getting better and cheaper every day. You no longer have the overhead of having to build a factory. The capital expense is gone. That barrier to entry is gone. You also no longer have the problem of a large number of employees. Right? That's a lot of overhead. You don't have to carry it anymore. So yes, employees, you are overhead. That's the way you show up on a balance sheet. Today, you can run a service business, a simple service business from home for about $100 a month. That includes the phone service. In fact, you can run it from your phone, location-free, remote scheduling, the whole 9 yards. Right? This is amazing. For your business, you can have a highly automated sales and marketing engine with local advertising working for you for about $500 a month. Right? This is game-changing. So this is one of the marketing funnels for my business. Right? We have ads with Google, ads with YouTube, some Facebook. We do retargeting to people that visit the website. We have a number of affiliate marketers driving customers to our sites, and we get them to opt in for a blueprint. Right? We have a free product. We're starting to initiate a relationship. Okay? They have the blueprint. They confirm their email. They drop it to a sequence. The goal of the sequence is to get them to watch a webinar. Okay? The sequence looks like this. We tag them to tell me later that these folks subscribe to the blueprint. They get the blueprint, and then every 2 days, they get some information from us. The blueprint outlines 6 steps to business success, the steps that I've developed in driving all this business that I've driven. And every 2 days, they get an email. At the end of the 6 steps, they're invited to a webinar. The webinar gives them even more value. Right? We're establishing a relationship. We're establishing trust. This is what marketing is about nowadays, right? And it's automated. So I can scale this infinitely. So anyway, a sequence like this is very helpful, right? And you can blow it up. You can go national. You can go global. The key is to make sure that you keep the marketing targeted to the audience, right? For each different audience, you want to have different ads, you want to have different landing pages You're going to bring them to the same place ultimately, right? You're going to sell them one particular product. You got to do it on their terms. So clearly you can see how this can help a business scale quickly, right? And things are just as exciting on the product side. So we'll start with a software-based business, like taxi service. This is a rather simplified structure, but if you wanted to build a business like this today, you can leverage existing apps and the services of other companies and pull it together pretty quickly and very inexpensively. From there, it becomes a marketing exercise, and we've already covered some of that. Right, so let's drill in a little bit. There are ride and driver scheduling apps available. You're going to have to skin them for your brand, but they're there for you to use. And the beauty of that is that the customer's phones and the driver's phones are the connectivity back to the stack. The payment systems, the customer service can all be outsourced, just like the big guys do, right? So can the cloud storage and data analysis. The driver and user proximity data you can get from Google, right? This is a very low overhead approach, and it gets better. You can now tap directly into Uber's own infrastructure, right? The request API. This can really help provide enhancements to your own business model. Restaurants, airlines, they're already using this, right? You think about ways you may be able to use this for your own business. And perhaps, if you have something extraordinary enough, it may even lead to an opportunity to provide service expansions for Uber themselves. Right, so see the wheels are turning. This is good. And whoops. and I know that something you may be thinking is that, well, it's different in hardware, right? We can't just piece all that together. And I think the top companies certainly the top brand in TV would beg to differ. So the top brand in camera technology, right? In reality now, there's a chipset and an SDK for just about everything. And this is all Michael Dell paved the road for us, right? So, I'm sorry, many of the top brands have no factories, right? And Michael Dell paved the road. And so when you're shopping in RC Willey, you look around, most of what you see there is white label goods, right? Some third-party factory built the product for the brand. You can do this too. So I know what you're thinking. These are all commodity items. We're on the frontier here, right? We're creating the future. This is the Internet of Things, right? We're starting a riot here. But reality is, there are chipsets and SDKs available for just about everything. Same with the back-end service providers. In my experience, you can get a lot more done. You can get it done a lot faster. You can go a lot further. You can spend a lot less money by leveraging the resources that already exist. Samsung and HTC, they don't make GSM and CDMA chipsets for their phones, right? As we all know, Apple doesn't make any hardware. It says so right in the box. Anyone like some pie? Right. Off-the-shelf components, like the Raspberry Pi, when you put that together with things like 3D printing, really change the game. You can rule the world with this stuff. Or at least you can make one and stuff it with sensors and remote control it if you want. 3D printing has also helped us move forward in other areas, right? So for example, you can now do low-cost metal fabrication. I can make low-cost metal parts essentially because of 3D printing, right? I used to have to tool, hope it worked, or rejig the tool, and start again, and spend a lot of time, a lot of money to get to this point, right? In this case, we went from design to plastic to metal in a matter of days. Right? This is a game changer, right? Maybe not too far in the future, this will enable us to put sensors into the metal, right? Hard to say where it's going to go. But the point is that we can now move more quickly and more efficiently and do things in parallel, right? We're already shooting video even though we haven't tooled yet, right? Final product. This is a big advantage. I did a quick search of IoT sensors. There were 12 million results. And what I found fascinating is that the DigiKey, Mauser, and Crutchfield catalogs all were buying ads for this search term. Right? We're on the cutting edge, and yet, Crutchfield catalog is buying ads for IoT sensor, right? So the proliferation is mind-blowing. Robotics components, 29 million results. Right? This is outrageous. Literally, you can have, kits sent to your house, right? You don't need to reinvent things. So why not you? And why not here in Utah? Right? UStar's brought everybody together at this event so you can all get to know each other, get to know the resources that are available here in your backyard. Right? Resources that can help you accelerate your progress. Before I came to this event, I just got to speak to several people, right? Great companies right here in the area. We're in the contact center capital of North America, right? You can outsource a ton of things. You can get all kinds of help. You can get help from these guys on industry research and industry outreach, on platform agnostic sensors and emitters, on cloud architecture and software development, prototyping, design, manufacturing. We have folks sponsoring wonderful contests here, right? The one this morning, there'll be another announced later today. This is a fantastic place to be. You're right in the right place. And this has never been a better time than now to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so the key here then is don't reinvent the wheel. Leverage the incredible resources that are here in this room, in this community. Use them to assemble as much of your vision as possible. And then spend your resources and your creativity filling in any missing bits and providing an exceptional user interface. So I'm humbled and excited to be here, and I really appreciate the opportunity. Please download the slides, stay in touch. I'd love to hear about your successes, and enjoy the rest of the event, and enjoy working together. So I think we have a few minutes. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Anybody have any questions for Eugene about leveraging existing APIs and to build your business?
Yes, sir.
Is that e-commerce system you showed at first, is that available as a turnkey? Because I've got a client that needs something exactly like that.
Yes, that's that I use Infusionsoft as the software as a service I choose to use. There are lots of sophisticated email CRM systems. When I recommend Infusionsoft is usually if you're also trying to do e-commerce at the same time, and you want them all to work together seamlessly. You may need a members area, for example, right? Some of my offerings require a members area, and so this enables all the permissions and things like that. And it's an amazing tool.
And that's Fusionsoft?
Infusionsoft. Infusionsoft. Yeah.
That's
And if you don't need all the e-commerce and affiliate marketing capabilities, then there's a lot of other softwares that are also applicable for the email marketing part. But I prefer less integration when I can get it. Right? So I choose Infusionsoft if I need affiliate marketing and CRM and e-commerce.
Along those lines, talking about $500 a month solution, are you talking, is that?
Infusionsoft overhead plus some local advertising.
Okay, because I was going to say, a lot of companies and telephones spend a lot more than that marketing every month.
Right, well that's local targeted advertising, right? If you want to blow it up nationally or blow it up locally, globally, your ad costs go up, but your overhead doesn't go up so incrementally. Right? Infusionsoft, your entry package is, the same until you're after 20,000 users. And once you have 20,000 contacts, then you bump up a few hundred, another $100, $200 a month. So it scales really well.
So what is, I mean, you talk about leveraging some of the technologies for an APIs and SDKs for building your technology, but how about, because you work a lot with getting new sales, and that's oftentimes where I see, because I work with a lot of people with tech startups, and
Yes.
they're great on their tech side, but it's getting those sales.
Yes, yes.
How do you see leveraging that into an ecosystem like that?
Well, and if I understand the question correctly, you have tech that already solves a problem. The key is, first of all, figure out who exactly it solves the problem for best, and targeting that message to those people, and making them feel it, right? Making it resonate with them, right? What may appeal to you about that solution may not be the same as what appeals to him or what appeals to me, right? But you can lump people into segments based on their identity or their use case or their need. And then you need to target those folks aggressively, and that's the beauty of online advertising, right? You can get really granular. We know a lot of things about a lot of people, and we can really get granular about who we're putting what message in front of, right? So for example, in a B2B sense, I would give a very different message to the military than I would to education, right? And at one time, I was marketing the same darn solution to both. I just framed it completely differently. And, you know, with online advertising, you can get in front of just those people now. Back then, you know, we had to go shoot wide and hope to hit the target.
Okay. Thank you, Eugene.
Okay.